Hello friends, good afternoon and welcome to Neoscience Hub. This is Kupuswamy. Thanks for joining this webinar on challenges in pharmaceutical packaging and labeling with respect to safety, security, traceability and eco-friendliness. We appreciate. Pharmaceutical packaging and labeling has been a very innovative area so far. 21 CFR Subpart G Section 211.130 talks about packaging and labeling controls and operations. Today we have an expert with us, Mr. Prabir K. Das. Mr. P. K. Das is a senior pharma professional, expert in pharmaceutical packaging and labeling, having more than 34 years of rich experience from pharmaceutical manufacturing companies. A chemistry honors graduate from Calcutta University, followed by post-graduation in packaging from Indian Institute of Packaging, Mumbai. He spent the initial 4 years on learning various packaging material conversion and application in the industry. Then, starting the career in Renbexy Laboratories Limited, he got exposure and experience in packaging development, execution and post-commercialization lifecycle management. Actively involved in technology transfer, new product pack launches, packaging validation, change management, quality and COGS improvement projects, automation, standardization and harmonization projects, track and trace project, and any kind of innovative packaging development project related to patient safety and patient compliance. Mr. P. K. Das has worked in senior leadership team to drive the company's vision, and he ensured alignment in integration of various projects and programs. Over to Honorable Speaker, Mr. P. K. Das.
Thank you, Kupuswamy, for the nice introduction. Thank you, the entire audience, and Kupuswamy especially for you and your organization to manage this with a short notice. And let me get started. I'll not take much time. Whatever during the last 30 plus years, actually the lab till far. So now I think it is clear. All right. So let me get started now. Whatever I have learned from the industry in last 30 plus years from pharmaceutical industry, let me share my experience on different aspects of packaging and labeling which are being used in pharmaceutical dosage forms. This is the summary of the entire learning and what I learned that encapsulated in a small message. Product is always delivered along with its packaging and labeling. Packaging and labeling connects and communicates with the people, and it is just like the wing of a bird. No wings means no flying, and real connectivity is established through perfect understanding, and it is well developed through watching, speaking, listening, reading, writing, and feeling. So all these aspects need to be delivered along with the product to the patient whenever they are getting a medicine for use. So a pharmaceutical product without labeling is just like a poison. So people will never get to know what is inside. So labeling is very critical for pharmaceutical products because it is taking care of the health of the human being. Now, what are the internal necessities of a pharmaceutical company and what are the different external mandates involved while designing and developing the packaging and labeling for a product? So these are the different aspects which we consider as a packaging professional whenever we are designing a packaging and labeling for a particular product. Different category of products, their physical and chemical and organoleptic properties, the shape, size, color, fragility, sensitivity level towards heat and moisture or light, bulk density, viscosity, flow properties, all these kind of physical attributes need to be considered before initiating the development work. Then also need to know the process involved. What is the design flow and scope of automation in the packaging line? what are the scope of standardization of different materials or different unit operations, and what is the scope of harmonization with other product packs running on the same packaging line. So all these parameters we consider while designing and developing the packaging. What are the branding requirements for that particular product pack? What will be the pack design based on the brand promotion? Then their graphic design, the use of different smart features in the packaging and labeling, logistics requirement, what are the different storage conditions, handling and distribution, then mode of transportation, excursion study or segment study. So all these need to be known by a packaging personnel while designing and developing the product, and these are mostly internal necessities set by a organization whenever they are doing business. But there are certain external factors also, like customer, whether it is for domestic or export, what is the demography of that particular region, uh, convenience, language preference, what is the dispensing ease, disposal ease, authenticity, how they will authenticate the product. So all these kind of driven by customer. Then in that particular region, competitor, their presence, benchmarking of those parameters, cost sensitivity in that particular economy, and what are the uniqueness of a particular product pack in that entire uh, business portfolio. Then, other than customer competitor, there are various regulators involved. Wherever the product is being marketed, there are local rules and regulations, their uh, environmental friendliness, child protection requirements, supply chain safety and security requirements, all these need to be known. Then finally, technology, which is always evolving in nature. So availability of technology and their adaptability to our current system, their cost benefit analysis, feasibility for hybridizing two or more features, then sustainability, whether technology will sustain for a longer time and help the pack to establish or brand to establish in the market. So all these internal necessities and external mandates drive the design and development of a particular packaging. Then these are how we are balancing. On one side, these internal necessities, as I explained, product, process, branding, and logistics. These are all internal. And then customer, competitor, regulator, and technology. These two are finely balanced by this packaging and labeling. Without this balance, it is very difficult to introduce a product pack in a particular market. So whatever features we are displaying through packaging and labeling, they fall in two basic categories. One is related to brand promotion and the other is related to brand protection. So packaging and labeling contains various smart features to serve multiple purposes for brand promotion and brand protection. While some of these are standalone static features, others are connecting and dynamic features. Standalone static or offline features. These are features like pilfer proofing, temper evidence, covert and overt type anti-counterfeit features, brand promotion features, or animated or digital graphic design features. These are all static in nature and part and parcel of the packaging and labeling. There are dynamic or connecting online features also getting added due to digitalization and automation, serialization feature, SMS or web-based verification feature, interactive features, QR codes. All these are all dynamic in nature and they are evolving very fast. Many of these features are adopted through advanced technologies, automation and digitization, wireless communication, and sometimes multiple technology hybrid form. Brand promotion features. So these are the different kinds of brand promotion features: design, text, color, and then graphics. Design means basic pack design based on the product, people's choice and place of destination. Primary packaging or secondary packaging or even tertiary packaging. So these are the basic pack design. Then under labeling there are text, colors and graphics. So within the text there are different types of fonts, type, style, size. Their placement on the available space is very critical for its prominence, readability and compliance. It provides the basic information related to the product and essentially helps to communicate with the people. Colors and shades also have critical role for visual appeal and helpful to establish branding. Various permutation and combination is tried before selecting the colors and shades which can stand out distinctively and create an image of the brand. Graphics and textures. Textures means mostly it is a surface finish. So it's a combination of various feelings, thoughts, and emotion, and that comes into reality, which enhances the brand value through graphics. All these four basic elements constitute the packaging and labeling content of a specific product pack and creates a brand image of it. This helps establish brand connectivity with the people and effectively communicates about the product. Now, value addition, apart from those, value addition with smart features. So, there are additional features apart from providing stability and quality. Compliance support to the product packaging and labeling also need to support storage, handling, and transportation ease, establish effective connectivity with the customer, ensure safety and security across the supply chain, need to stand out in competition and need to protect its own identity and authenticity and need to defend its design and salient characteristics from duplication. So all these additional functions supported by different features embedded on packaging and labeling are collectively known as smart features. These additional features on packaging and labeling directly or indirectly enhance the value of the product. These smart features not only help smooth selling of the product but also smooth selling of the brand, thereby creates a safe and secure business environment. Smart features. What are the different kind of smart features? As I told, brand promotion features, then the temper evident features, authentication features, track and trace feature, and then anti-counterfeit features. Broadly, these are the five basic features which we normally call smart features. The brand promotion features include graphic, decorative, and technical design features to enhance consumer appeal. Temper evident feature, it is a design or device to prevent pilferage or theft of the product from the original pack. Authentication features, it is a tool or system to verify genuineness of the product and its ownership. Track and trace feature or system to control and ensure supply chain security and assure customer safety. Anti-counterfeit features, this is a design or device which prevents to replicate or cloning of the original product pack. This is a broad definition of these features. Other value-added features like display features, dispensing features, then inclusion of braille, calendar pack, then kit pack, co-pack or combi pack. These are commonly used form or commonly used features which are included in packaging labeling for specific purpose. The people who are working in pharma industry, they know very well all these features, how it is helping to promote the brand and protect the brand. Here also a critical balancing happens. One is for brand promotion, the other set is for brand protection. So brand promotion under that various packaging labels, primary, secondary, then their substrate specifications, text, color and graphics, and their final surface finish. All these take care of the overall packaging design, which helps in brand promotion. Similarly, brand protection, tamper evidence, anti-counterfeiting, authentication features, track and trace features, these falls under brand protection category. And totally packaging and labeling design takes care of the brand promotion and brand protection through these smart features and value-added features. Here also we need to keep a good balance. Now, how this task building happens once all these features are uh, effectively done through packaging and labeling, then only a task building happens and the customer or consumer can rely on that particular product or brand. Technology integration. This is the very critical part nowadays because of multiple technologies are available, and that is why the challenge is very complex in nature. Packaging and labeling is now integrated with various other technologies to sustain competitive compliance in the industry. There are continuous cross-functional upgrades happening in packaging, printing, IT, and communication system, but these upgrades are not always in sync to the uh, solution final one particular solution. Depending on the nature of the need, some projects are driven by packaging, some are driven by IT, some are by supply chain, and some are by engineering or project team. So they need to integrate internally, and the more seamless this integration, the more will be the success of such integration. There are various growth drivers with emerging technologies like automation and digitalization, wireless communication, robotics, personalized branding, track and trace, blockchain, interactive labeling, animated graphics, virtual 3D imaging, augmented reality, artificial intelligence. So all these together helps to keep the packaging and labeling floating over the entire industry. Hybrid technology connecting features for an end-to-end consumer connectivity. Serialization is being practiced for last few years to comply country or regulatory requirements. SMS-based authentication is also being sporadically used by some manufacturers or sometimes on new brands in new few countries. Industry is also working on EPL for some time and now is being used also. These are all technology-driven smart features on packaging and labeling. Here is an example. See, this is a very old brand of GSK, L-Troxin. In 2014, I have seen one pack where SMS-based verification system was there. If there is a particular number, and if you SMS that particular number to a particular mobile number, then you'll get an instant SMS that this is a genuine pack. And interestingly, if you do it second time, then it will also give message that is already been verified once. And the same product I have seen in 2019, they provide the PIL through a QR code, which is visible now on the right hand side. So that is access of EPIL of that particular product. So we can basically customize various solutions by integrating these electronic features and by adopting automation and digitization on our packaging lines and in e-communication system. So basically, what is packaging and labeling doing? It is connecting product and people, and at the same time giving safety and security to the product and people. Now, these are few understanding developed through packaging, labeling, supply chain from the industry. So every product needs packaging for protection from external environment and needs labeling to communicate with the external world. Every product deserves safe and secure delivery to the people. Apart from its primary carrier, packaging and labeling, only logistics and supply chain can ensure this. So even if your packaging is strong and effective, but your supply chain need to also perform in the same way so that the product finally reaches to the customer as it is without any change. Efficacy of a product and effectiveness of its packaging and labeling are ensured by the efficiency of its logistic and supply chain. Now, effectiveness of packaging and labeling means product quality is assured, people connectivity is ensured, environmental safety is secured, and human health is ensured. Efficacy of logistic and supply chain means delivery of the product in right quantity at right place on right time with right quality. So we are in the industrial revolution phase 4. Now all this can be successfully accomplished through automation, digitalization and communication at each level of operation, and we can make substantial progress towards next level of revolution, industrial revolution 5. So automation, digitalization and communication help together, and it is that the relationship is analogous to packaging, labeling, supply chain, which are basically inseparable from each other. So to ensure safe and secure delivery of the product, this entire system has to work seamlessly. Automation and digitalization in packaging or labeling operations is very critical. And what are the different advantages? Automation is a tool or process to increase the level of output and productivity with mechanization, replacing manual activity. It is a process to ensure large-scale reproducibility or replication of an operation with predefined parameters to produce consistent output. Why it is required? It supports to scalability and sustainability, minimizes human interference, minimizes output variability, minimizes consumer complaints, supports to include value-added features in a it is a regulatory preference and supports to comply regulatory guidelines. So whatever new technologies are coming, though those are based on this automation, digitalization, and communication platform. So without having that deployed on the packaging line, we cannot get all those benefits. Or we cannot include those smart features or value-added features in our packaging and labeling. Digitalization is basically used for convenience and connectivity. It supports to automation and communication system through data and information capture, data information transformation, storage, their processing, their transfer, exchange, retrieval, integrity, transparency, and compliance. Just imagine the kind of regulatory environment we are working in. So we generate lot of data and we also gather lot of informations. Now, how those are effectively be used not only for compliance but also to ensure product safety, security, and during the audit we understand the importance of all those informations, data, and large scale data, how it is stored, how it is processed, transferred. So imagine an environment without having that digitalization. So it is practically difficult in today's scenario. It is primarily to optimize cycle time, space utilization, and convenience. It enhances speed to all the business process. Quality and compliance are also ensured with transparency and integrity. It also strengthens the communication system. So everything is happening today through digital communication. So what we have got through automation and digitalization in this particular area? Evolution to revolution, local to global, large wholesale pack to small consumer pack. So all these has happened because of automation and digitalization. Scaling up, then quantity with quality, reproducibility and consistency, and overall boosting of productivity. Manufacturing and packaging, testing and releasing data and documentation compliance. Everywhere we have deployed now automation digitalization. Support promotion and protection, prevent counterfeiting or cloning, theft and diversion. Storage handling and transport, logistics, distribution, safety, security, traceability. All these things are becoming much easier due to the adoption of automation and digitalization. And this is apart from uh, the maintenance of quality with quantity. So earlier days during manual operations, lot of variability was there. There were limited quantity per head, but now because of automation and digitalization, we are able to scale up the entire quantity, and at the same time we are maintaining the consistent quality. Now, quality and compliance. This is a subject everywhere in pharma industry used, and for me, it is a very simple philosophy. Quality is the attribute which adds positive value to goods and services, right from design and development to distribution and delivery to the intended customer for its intended use. This is a very simple definition of quality. And compliance is nothing but transmitting this kind of quality through goods and services to the intended customers, which eventually benefits them. So that is the compliance. And all the quality and regulatory norms are drafted keeping these customer benefits in mind and for the overall health improvement of the society. So that is how we are accomplishing quality, regulatory, and patient compliance in pharma and healthcare industry. So total compliance, that means product compliance, process compliance, quality, statutory, regulatory, and patient compliance. How it happens through packaging and labeling. So product has to reach to the patient with all kind of compliance. So this is basically uh, happening through packaging and labeling, because without packaging labeling nobody knows what it is and how it speaks about the product, what is its quality and how it is to be used, how it is to be dispensed, how it is to be disposed. So everything is happening through this packaging and labeling. Otherwise it is very difficult for a product to reach to the patient. This process and quality compliance is basically more of internal, but statutory and regulatory compliance is much of external, where we have to follow certain guidelines and comply those, and everything has to reflect through this packaging and labeling of a product. And when all these things are actually complied, then subsequently we get the patient compliance also. This is something out of the syllabus. Growth and development through innovative thought. So a lot of things happen while working in the workplace. So we often become reactive whenever we see a problem, and it is talking about instead of being reactive to a problem, be creative to find a solution. This is again an animation. What makes the world lovely and lively. This is what is when there is no packaging, when there is packaging, and when there is packaging and labeling both. And this is a very quick summary of my learning so far on this subject. and this is the best packaging system so far. Now I'll not take time further. Audience is late, but I cannot be late. Thank you very much for keeping patience. Now there is a question and session, I believe.
Yeah,
Can
thank
I
you.
can I stop sharing now and go for that question answer if there is any? Yeah.
Yes, that's the, yeah. We'll request audience to have any questions. If they have any questions, they can ask you directly.
Yeah, I have given my email address also. They can write to me, and uh, contact number you can share if anybody wants to get some information. So let us get connected. So if anybody has any question, I am available on this mail ID or phone number.
Sir, my name is Rakesh Kumar. I'm from IPCA Laboratory Limited, Dehradun.
Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, I'm asking one question. What is the regulatory requirement of domestic requirement for packaging and labeling of domestic market or even regulatory requirement?
See, it is very difficult to answer this in a short 2-line or 5-line sentence. There are regulations both in different pharmacopoeia, whether it is domestic or export. So there is a section on labeling packaging. So if you go through those sections, then everything is defined there. Just like
in which section, sir?
For domestic, you can see Indian Pharmacopoeia. There is a section on packaging and labeling where they define the requirement for labeling, like name of the product, brand name of the product, generic name of the product, storage condition, then your dosage and administration, schedule declaration, then whether to give any special instruction or address and name of the manufacturer, manufacturing license number, then a unique identification number. So all these kind of defined in that particular paragraph. And if you want to export anything also, that also is defined what all you need to comply.
Oh.
So
Okay, sir. Thank
in
you.
Indian Pharmacopoeia or US Pharmacopoeia or European Pharmacopoeia, every pharmacopoeia covers the packaging labeling section of the drug products or any kind of dosage formulations.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
you are from which function? You are from which function?
QA, sir. QA department from IPCA Laboratory.
Okay, so my suggestion is to at least go through the pharmacopoeia once, whether it is IP or EP or USP. You go through the pharmacopoeia once, try to find out that packaging labeling of product requirement. So you will find all the details.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
See, as we all know, the longevity of people are increasing now. We have more senior citizens now. Is there any work done on the packaging so that the patient compliance is done, the labeling is much better? Because I see many of the packs, the font is not very clear. Senior citizens cannot see the font. Whereas if I go to the US or if I go to any other country, the font is much clearer. What is the reason for that?
See, I'll tell you, there is a basic difference between Indian regulations and overseas regulations, and that is based on the pricing philosophy. See, in our country, if you see every unit of a particular product, every unit pack has to have all the details along with the price of that particular unit. And suppose you just consider a pack of blisters, a carton having say 10 blisters of 10 tablets, means 100 tablets. So in overseas countries, you will find that carton is the sellable unit, and the blisters contain the basic drug name and most probably the license number. So there is a minimum text on the blisters, and the external secondary carton contains everything about the product, which is much larger font, easily readable. So in our country, it is different. We have to cover everything in a small ampoule level, or even in a small blister, or in a small tube. So that actually the problem for not only the elderly people, but even normal people also cannot see in certain packs which are very small. So inclusion of all those statutory and regulatory text makes that difficult. But if we can simplify
Thank you.
that,
But yeah, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
if we can, but the another question is that a lot of people are now thinking of digitalizing through a small QR code instead of giving all those details. But that will come, or that will take longer time, because till now the penetration of digital India is not there, especially in the rural areas. Maybe it is workable in urban areas, but rural area still digitalization is not that popular, and elderly population cannot access those informations through QR code or like that. So it is a question of time. It will take time.
Thank you, Mr. Das. Thank you.